I mean, you had one wedding, you came home, you're like, babe, the grooms were literally doing cocaine. Hi, welcome back to episode 8 of JK LOL Storytime, the wedding on tour.
I'm Keisha? No, I'm Jon.
And I'm Keisha. Thanks for joining us, our regulars.
Let's get right into it. Episode 8, Wisconsin on tour.
Wisconsin, that's going to be one of our stops on the wedding tour. We're meeting some very dear friends, Lisa and Fred, and then Lisa's folks. Jon, you can chime in on this, but throughout the unveiling of all of this, and as we're putting everything together and explaining what we're doing to friends, it's a little unique in the sense that not a lot of people have done a wedding on tour. Ours is a little bit more publicly named to really describe. If you don't know what wedding on tour is, it's exactly what it sounds like. 9 weddings. We're taking our show on the road to be with the people that we love most and meet them where they're at. And throughout this process of unveiling to all of our friends, a lot of excitement, a lot of people thinking it's great, people want to jump in. But we have also had a couple of comments and confusion for those that are used to the traditional weddings. So, Jon, can you help our listeners and our viewers understand a little bit more the deep meaning and the roots of this? Yes, we are taking it in a public way. We are obviously broadcasting about it and sharing it with all you lovely folks. But why are we doing a wedding on tour instead of just keeping it traditional like the rest of the world has for so many years?
Correct. First, why the hell not? But really, it's about meeting people where they're at. And me coming from a background in hospitality, it's really anticipating people's needs before maybe even they know what they need. And communicating with our friends over the last couple months as far as like where we're going and where we're going to have our ceremony originally that everybody's going to come to. It just became apparent that wasn't feasible for a bunch of people to travel to. As a whole family unit, maybe 1 or 2 would get to come, but somebody would have to stay home and take care of the dogs or the kids or work. So we really just decided to go meet people where they are. Like, I see you. We're going to meet you where you're at, literally.
And because you're that important to us, you have played that significant of a role in our lives to where we can't imagine saying I do without you there. So we're bringing the I do to you, and we get to have unique celebrations in ways that only we as those friends. I don't know about you, Jon, but I have specific friends that some of them, every other word's the F word. And then I have some friends where it's conversations are different and the feeling is different. Doesn't make one genre of friend better than another. It just means that those are the people that we have grown up with, that we have had, that have made an impact in our lives. And we want to be able to celebrate with them in ways that are unique to us. At a wedding, a traditional wedding, I feel like we're kind of appeasing our families, we're appeasing our friends, we're trying to put on something that's neutral, that's not really us, when in all reality, there are so many facets of who we are and the people that are around us that really contribute to that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that a lot of people might say like, oh, you're just going out there and performing your wedding for 9 stops. I'm like, no, I think if you look at it, and I've been a part of the wedding industry on the event side for years, I think the one ceremony to appease your family is more of a performance of your wedding than anything else that we're doing.
And you've kind of seen a lot of fun things. I mean, you had one wedding, you came home, you're like, babe, the grooms were literally doing cocaine.
Yeah, the groomsmen and the groom.
Reception.
Yep. And bags of cocaine were found afterwards. We didn't know about it until, I guess, later in the episode later in that evening. We didn't condone that, obviously. But
obviously not. But, that's a wedding that will go down in infamy for you guys.
Correct.
Over at that event center, the cocaine wedding, because it's a party. It's supposed to be light. You have the traditional ceremony and then you have the reception. We're still going to maintain that same type of a structure.
Correct.
But like I have said from the beginning, the most important aspect is 3 things. You, me, and God, first and foremost. And those will be present at every single ceremony. And each one is going to be unique and special to those people. And if we're going to be dropping thousands of dollars on a celebration for people, why not just take the celebration to them and then get to celebrate in unique and fun ways. So, just to start off with episode 8, because we're getting, we're at the halfway point of the tour. I mean, we rocked hard in Idaho, and then we did Arizona, and then Las Vegas, and Utah.
and North Dakota at that point. Yep.
Yep. And then North Dakota. So we're kind of at that halfway point where.
This will be stop 6 on the tour.
Yeah.
The first stop of the eastern route, which arguably is going to be more of a sprint than anything else.
It really is. This leg of the tour is going to be hands down the most brutal because we're trying to put 4 weddings within 1 week.
6 days, a lot of miles. I've done the math. I'm bad at math.
You are not bad at math. You're a little bit better than me, homie.
As far as the concept of we totally do that in 6 days. We're going to find out.
We're going to be cranky.
Yeah.
We're going to be a little cranky with each other.
Yeah, the in-car footage from those ones are going to be interesting.
Thankfully, we have a donkey to help us out.
We do. We have a friend that's coming with. Yes. I'm Shrek. You're Fiona.
And she's Donkey. It's funny. She's my adopted little sister. She plays in the symphony with me. And I've been able to know her since she started as a college student and started playing with the symphony. She graduated with her degree in teaching. I've seen her for the last couple of years go through, adulthood as far as teaching goes. And she is hands down one of the most bright lights that I have ever met. She's over the top. She's goofy. Even just last night, we were getting feedback from her and she sent us a voice message of a voice recording. She's like giving us all this positive feedback. And then she's like, oh, shoot, I don't know. How do I turn this thing off? And then just this random Scooby-Doo, just,
Oh, yep.
Yep, Donkey. And we love her so much. So we're excited to be able to continue to introduce the stops and the people that have had these profound impacts on us and led us to, you have to be one of the destinations on the wedding tour.
Yes, absolutely. And then you'll get to understand a little bit more about what led us to these decisions as you get to see and learn about a little bit of these people like we have on the western part of the tour. But now we're going to the eastern part, and all of it will start to make a lot more sense about why we chose to do it this way.
So between the podcast and then the actual raw footage from each one of these destinations, we're going to be able to share the heck out of what love and joy looks like. Maybe not for you specifically, but definitely for us. And I'm hopeful that that can just ignite just a tiny spark for people. If anything, it's entertainment at its best because we try not to fabricate anything. Every story, every person, every stop is going to have some sort of authenticity that's particular to us. And in doing so, we're going to entertain the heck out of you and give you some hope. A little spark of, oh yeah, I want to be in love again.
Absolutely believe in love. And I believe that you have 9 weddings. There's not a whole lot of drama to have over which centerpiece is the correct one.
Correct. It's going to be like,
especially when you're having,
damn it, John, I need at least 7 hours of sleep.
Especially when you're having your reception at a restaurant that has giant burgers.
Yes, we are going to be doing that.
It's exciting.
A little breadcrumb for everybody.
So anyway, let's get into Wisconsin.
Let's do it, John.
So we're going to Wisconsin, the land of cheese, cousin subs, New Glarus beer, and questionable old fashions. Old fashions are a big part of our story.
They truly are.
With me coming from the bar and how it was eventually in, right before we started dating, I think I downed an old fashioned and, kind of let on that I had some feelings for you that were beyond friendship.
And I tried to deny it like this, and it was a...
Shake your head no, but yes came out. So.
Oh, yeah, it was the opposite. Sorry, it was the...
It's okay.
I'm going
to describe it for the people that are listening on the plane.
And then the people that are watching are going to be like, Keisha, you're completely dyslexic. And I'll say, you are correct.
That's okay. I still love you anyway.
I love you too.
It's just one of the many more reasons I love you. But anyway, so old fashions are a big part of our story. So the Wisconsin ones are always fun. We went to a place in Wisconsin the last time that you and I visited together.
The Mine Shaft.
The Mine Shaft.
Yes.
With Lisa and her family, and had a good time. It was like an arcade-y place with like pizza, and if you've been to Wisconsin, kind of like a sports bar-y thing. But yeah, just super fun.
Yes.
Lots of kids running around. Yes, and questionable old fashions.
And the questionable old fashioned. I don't know why you do it to yourself. You know you don't like the Wisconsin
I don't like it. But when in Wisconsin, right? But it's like I forget for a while that New Glarus exists. I could just have Spotted Cow. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe we should move the wedding to the New Glarus Brewery.
Hey, that could be fun.
I heard it's gorgeous, New Glarus, if you're listening. Convince my fiance. You got me. Already.
Sold.
You give
John
me with
sold.
one bottle of R&D something. I don't know. That's it.
Oh, goodness. Either way, Wisconsin, the actual state itself, yes, we've had some fun experiences. I also attended Fred and Lisa's wedding in Wisconsin, had some fun times, met great people, built some relationships. The state in and of itself in this particular celebration or ceremony is not as important as the people.
Yes, it's definitely about the people. They are from Wisconsin. It's not where they're currently living. They're stationed
military,
in a different military base in a different state. They're just happening to be on vacation during that time. And it's literally us meeting them where they're at.
Exactly.
So they can be part of our celebration of our relationship.
And we get to connect with them and be incredibly excited to finally see them. I actually saw Lisa probably about 2.5 years ago. She had to come back stateside when they were living and stationed in England, but got to see her. It's been years, and she's a live out loud kind of person. And we're going to take a little bit of time and introduce Lisa. Fred is an incredible man. He's highly, highly intelligent. He's the kind of guy that when he speaks, he is well read on it, and on the subject, I should say. And he is somebody that you listen to. You might not necessarily agree with everything that he says, but he makes you think. And that's the cool thing about Fred. And just a goofy, fun guy. Like his laugh. Do you remember Fred's laugh? I love his laugh. And so for him to be, like Mr. Sit Back a little bit more while Lisa's just boom in your face. It's cool. And Lisa has a little bit more of an impact on our story just because when Jon and I had started becoming closer friends, we were all part of the same group. Fred had been stationed across seas a year before they were supposed to move to England. They were kind of joining forces again in England. However, Lisa had just had a baby. And so I was really close with her because I was helping to take care of her little one while she was working also Air Force and couldn't obviously take her child to work with her. So we were really, really close. We all leaned on each other very heavily to just get through that year. We helped her move she sold her house and helped her move into her townhome. And then we helped her pack up and move out of her townhome and, take care of puppies, take care of baby. We went on to vacations together. She is just a powerhouse of a woman. And such a positive influence in my life, a huge support. Her family actually helped me tremendously in being able to get on my feet post-divorce or post-moving out. My divorce process was a long one. But in being able to, move out and gain my independence. And these people are so special to me. And Jon has all kinds of laugh out loud type stories about Lisa because she was a regular in the tap room. So I'm going to let you take away, Mr. Ducky.
Got to know Lisa separately from you and prior to even really knowing you, that she would come into the bar from time to time with friends and just be Lisa.
Describe Lisa. In 3 words or less.
In 3 words or less?
Yeah. Challenge.
That would not be one of the words.
No.
I would say boisterous.
Okay.
Adventurous.
And
inexperienced.
Inexperienced.
And inexperienced.
And experience. So that's
Yeah,
technically
she is
4
an
words.
experience.
Yes. She is so much fun.
You can't describe her in 3 words because she's just her own person and, we love her for that.
And she's incredibly generous.
I mean, she's incredibly knowledgeable. She's incredibly a lot of things.
Yes.
But I think she recognized my hospitality and my heart before I even knew who I was. And then she kind of, I think, figured out a long time before that you and I should be friends.
Yes.
Well, I remember I told her, I think I texted her when I finally took you on a date. And she's like, well, it's about damn time.
Yeah. She was in jolly old England by then. And that was her exact quote. It's about damn time. And just all the yay and the clappies and all of the Lisa-isms. We've got lots of Lisa-isms. I'll never forget specifically, though, you cops, she's also police force for the military. And y'all are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, can be.
I mean, we would sit around and we had, 5 or 6 other cop people, and then you've got
Or
sweet little,
military adjacent.
you know, those types of folks. And you've got sweet little innocent Pollyanna over here. And these guys are just railing on each other, just calling each other all kinds of names and just picking on the meanest things. If they know any weakness about you, they are exposing it, and they're pouring salt on it so much that it no longer hurts you anymore when they're picking on you. And it is incredible.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a good time.
I
You
think
really
that's
have to live that life to understand it. So,
You know, I think that's also when I got to show people that I could shotgun a beer. Well,
Yes.
I attempted to shotgun a beer. John had to teach me later.
I did. You tried to shotgun a beer, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to fix this. So
Later on.
many months, years. I don't even remember how long later. So,
I don't remember.
no.
But I remember I made a total booty out of myself trying to trying to shotgun a big old beer. And it just did not work.
No, it did not. But we're excited to go to Wisconsin. We're excited to see Lisa and Fred.
Yes.
Lots of stories.
Hopefully
lots
her
of stories.
folks too, Lisa's
yeah, hopefully
folks.
her folks. But lots of stories with Lisa around in the years. But, you know, it's really meeting people where they're at. Like, literally in the world. We're literally going to meet someone where they're at.
Because it's their vacation too.
Because it's their vacation too. And they want to share. They don't want to have to choose between seeing their family and seeing us. So how do we get to doing both of those things? So
Yeah, absolutely. And we're thrilled to be able to do it. We've got some fun adventures. Should we share a little bit about?
absolutely, we should talk about Wisconsin.
Yeah, we'll save the ceremony for the actual reels, and of course on the road we'll still be doing podcasts and
Posting content and
correct,
Keeping
giving you
up with
little
us.
breadcrumbs about everything. But the reception,
yes, the reception.
we decided
Hot
that
dogs.
almost. You are so freaking close. I love it. Actually, we're going to be going to the Wisconsin Dells. So naturally, and that's where we're meeting Fred and Lisa. So naturally, we're going to be having our reception in a water park. But yeah, we're going to be doing the Wisconsin Dells. So we'll get to hang out with a bunch of kiddos and have crazy Auntie Keisha time and see how many times we can talk Fred into going on the big scary water slide and a bunch of new Glarus and maybe even hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Soft pretzels
Ooh,
with
yellow
Wisconsin mustard. Like Stone Ground.
Maybe.
Oh, we get to go to the Cheese Castle too.
Ooh, we are going to
And
stop
we get to
by the
have
Cheese
some
Castle.
Kringle from Racine. Can be our
Maybe that
wedding
should
cake.
be our wedding cake. Yeah, that would be awesome.
We could take one to Kentucky with us when we go see
Ken and Janet.
Ken and Janet, because they're next on the tour.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, very dear friends. And
Yeah.
location, not so special. People, absolutely.
And that's really what's going to happen in the Eastern tour.
Yes.
Western tour is more like your backstory, where you grew up, you spent a lot of time in those places. Eastern tour, really getting into, we're there for the people, not the location.
Correct. Because it's temporary for them. Well, maybe not so much Ken and Janet.
No, but like Adam and Kenya in Philly, like outside of Philly, like
Yeah, they're literally
and
moving a
Alex.
month later.
You have zero memories of Alex in Kingston, Ontario, I believe,
Correct.
because you met her at a conference.
I
But
did.
We're gonna go meet people where they're at.
Absolutely. And it's going to be an absolute joy. We're very excited about our stop in Wisconsin. I'm excited about the adventures we'll have. I'm not looking forward to the 12-hour car drive. It is what it is.
I heard the Sequoia has massaging seats.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I haven't experienced these. They don't here where we're living at. You can't get Sequoia. You have to special order the darn things. And so to test drive one, you don't
You gotta
really
be
get
on a
that
list.
option.
They're like, it's like your Tundra, but
Oh, Keisha, you're 50th on the list. It's your turn.
yep, it's your turn. We were been on the waiting list for 3 years. Or so it feels, right? But yeah, Wisconsin's gonna be great. We get to kind of cousin subs, New Glarus. You get to go down the water slide in your dress. Yep, we're doing that. I'm gonna go down in my suit.
Oh, yeah, we're announcing that right
Yep.
now. Okay, cool. Couples don't always agree on things. Sometimes crap just flies out of people's mouths.
I mean, do you want me to cut that out?
No.
What?
don't-
They gotta have something for them to
We
look
don't
forward
cut.
to.
But yes, that's always been a dream of mine. I'm kind of a goofball in the sense of I think every girl has, oh, my wedding's going to be this and that. And as I get older, it's goofier. Like it's not that traditional wedding, walk down the aisle and nope. I want the adventures. I want the memories. I want the fun. And thankfully, I've got a partner that is all about that.
Absolutely. I am all about adventure. So we're gonna go down the water slide. It'll be fun.
It will
As
be.
long as they let us.
We have to get special permission, I'm sure, because I can't imagine that it's very safe to have a big old puffy dress. But, you know,
Well, you have
might
9
get
dresses,
caught up.
so you get some choice of picking there, but I think we got to give them a little breadcrumb to stick around. Like, yeah, Jon and Keisha are doing a bunch of 9 weddings. Like, that'll be fun to hear about. Like, all right, we're going down the water slide.
And we're just full
in my
sending
wedding
after
dress.
the
I mean, your wedding
ceremony.
dress.
Like, boom, you're wearing a wedding dress?
I could. We have enough of them.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if I'll fill it out as good as you will, but
I've been having some fun, and it's been a good thing, and it's been hard too. I'm not gonna lie, giving up the dream wedding dress. It looked like champagne, and it had pearls and little rhinestones in it, and it just sparkled, and it was gonna be perfect. But I have been able to, through either secondhand or through doing the bargain shopping online, I've been able to find 9 dresses, and the total cost for those 9 dresses is half the cost of what my dream dress was going to be.
they still aren't your dream dress.
They are
And
not.
if we're being honest, your real dream dress is wearing your grandma's dress that was made by your great-great-grandma. That will not be going down the water slide.
No, it absolutely will not. And we're going to see if I can tone up enough to be able to wear it and then have it altered. Grandma had bigger boobs than I do, so
I believe in you.
I believe
I already
in it
made
too.
the offer. We'll get a Nerf football or maybe soccer ball.
We'll figure it out. But that would be so very, very, very special to me and for you. I know that you would really appreciate that as
And
well.
for her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the Wisconsin stop is really for the people, and we're going to make some crazy adventures out of it. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
We will go to a Wisconsin supper club like we did when we took Lisa's Jeep out there.
We should. We
We should. And the Fox and the Hound, I think, is where we went.
Oh, that was so cool.
It was really good and very cool as well. But lots of cool things. I don't know if we'll be going back to the mine shaft because we'll be at the water park. But
You never know. I got really good at one of those coin games where I got like all the points.
was it the pearl one?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't remember which
that's
one.
kind of your jam. So it is exciting. I'm very excited for Wisconsin. I'm very excited for Cousins subs and
New
some new
Glarus
Glarus.
and some
Cousin sub and the Cheese Castle. I know you don't remember much about the Cheese Castle because you were dealing with legal stuff then, but
yeah.
it's kind of like a
rewrite. Do over.
monstrous gift shop. They call it the Mars Cheese Castle. It's right off the interstate on your way to Chicago. And yeah, just a big touristy stop. They had all of like the glass bottle sodas and all kinds of snacks. We got a long drive to Kentucky, so
Yeah, we do have a little
gotta have
trek.
some donkey snacks.
Yeah, get some snacks for donkey.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that was a good trip when we went to Wisconsin, and it was before we started dating for sure. And we have been friends for a long time. But, one thing that I wanted to just share specifically on this episode, because of the uniqueness that we had with taking care of Lisa's little one for, while we were still in that friend zone, is just how amazing of a caregiver you are and how well you see people's hearts. You've really got some, besides the fact that you've always been, my golden knight in shining armor, you have always been such a caregiver and paid attention to the small little details and really built relationships, like with Lisa, how you have your own relationship. But, one relationship I kind of just want to point out and be a little sentimental about is the one with my daughter. My kiddo, she's definitely got a big heart. And when Jon decided to take that step and, okay, we're doing this, we're going to start dating. Of course, we tried the date thing and it was super awkward. We've talked about that. But then when things started getting better, how do you break the news to a little one? How do you break it to a 6-year-old kid? And so Jon was generous enough and on his own inhibitions wrote my daughter a letter. He took the time to write a letter, and then, because he had been around, he's just always been Jon before. Like, Jon, Pancake Jon.
Jon makes pancakes. And yeah.
Jon Jolly Rancher. Like, all the fun names that we've had for Jon over the years as friend zone Jon, now transitioning to, okay, he's holding my mom's hand and he's caregiving and taking the time to really make something special for Reagan and seeing that relationship grow, seeing the way that you are with your kids and seeing the care and attention that you give. Jon has that very special gift of not just hospitality, but caregiving. He truly amplifies what it means to meet people where they're at and to help to identify people's needs before they even know that they want it, which is something that you mentioned earlier. And I just really want to, as we're closing that up, be a little bit of a sentimental schmuck.
Thanks,
and just
honey.
appreciate very much all that you do, Jon. And, for all those listeners out there, relationships are hard.
Yes, they are.
And there is nothing overtly easy about a relationship because it takes work. And some days you have good days, some days you don't. But choosing each other over and over is incredibly important. And finding those things that make somebody tick, like for me, knowing how important my child is to me and taking the effort, not even talking to me about it first, but after the letter's already written and then saying, hey, do you mind if I share this with Reagan? And me just bawling, talking about how special that not only I am to Jon, but how special that she is to Jon. And it's truly incredible. And if for those out there that are listening and, maybe you think that, oh, we have the perfect relationship. We don't. We have our struggles.
We do.
For sure. But at the end of the day, we have each other and we're always sharing that with each other. And we're taking that brave and bold step to step into vulnerability and just let each other know what's important with the hope that they're going to enhance that, such as my daughter, versus using it against me and trying to control another person. It's not about control. It's about truly meeting each other where we're at in every season of life. And Jon, you're incredible with that. And I cannot wait to marry you in Wisconsin and make you drink an old fashioned at our wedding.
I will.
If you make me drink Malort, I'm gonna make you drink Wisconsin old fashioned, sir.
Well, thank you, honey. It's very heartfelt, and I appreciate that. But it's an honor and a privilege to be in your life, and I always like to treat it that way. Even in our hard days, I still choose you, and I still want to be in life with you doing this thing together. So
Thank you.
if that's going on a wild road trip to get married 9 times, that's how much I love you. I'll marry you not just once, not just twice, but 9 times.
Boom. 9 tuplets stamped. It's not even triple stamped.
I don't even know what that is. Somebody hit us
Google
up in the
that.
comments.
We're gonna Google that. How about that?
We will Google that.
We'll let you know on the next episode.
It's the title of the episode.
Yes, the 19th.
That's what they don't tell you about a podcast is like trying to title the episode, because anybody can title it JK LOL Storytime episode 8. But we started real strong with episode 1. I'm the pilot.
Who's the pilot?
So we got to come up with something for every episode.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something for this, but for all of you out there in the land, leave us comments, give us a review, hit that subscribe button. New episodes drop every week.
Friends.
Share with your friends. Tell them about this crazy couple. We're just out there living out loud.
We're
living out loud.
That was probably really loud.
It
Sorry,
probably
guys.
was. It's okay. We'll fix it. We have the power. We have the technology.
Yes.
I don't know if I can say that. But anyway, we have the technology, and we are going to go on a tour, share it with your friends, tag them. People that are wedding planning being like, have you ever considered doing this? Because like I said, you get to have every wedding that you've ever wanted to have and more.
Yes. Well, maybe, depending on if you want to have that big grandiose in a vineyard and, $100,000 wedding. I don't know too many people that have millions to spend on a wedding. If you do, cool. All the power to you. But it's unique. And if it's for you, it's still a celebration of love. And it is still uniting the people that matter to you in a celebration that can arguably be the most important celebration in your life. So
Absolutely. And don't forget at the end, your wedding's for you, not for everybody else.
Exactly.
You should still be great hosts. You should have a servant heart. But at the same time, don't perform your wedding for your family. Just do it for yourselves. And if you're going to perform it for your family, at least take it to them.
Exactly.
So until next time on the JK LOL Storytime.
We'll see you later for episode 9 in Kentucky with the 2 folks that are responsible for starting these shenanigans.
Yeah, they're absolutely 100% responsible for these shenanigans. We'll see you next time, regulars.
Bye.